Although sales is probably the most important thing in business to creating a growing organization, once you go sell and you get all these new customers, you better have some people to be able to service those accounts and take care of the business at hand. And so interviewing, recruiting, and hiring becomes a very important engine that you need to have running in your business. Always going, always out there, recruiting and always interviewing so that you can bring in the talent that you need to serve the customers that you just closed the deals for. In this video, we'll talk a little bit more of the details. We've done a few videos on recruiting and team building and culture, and we'll link some of those below. But in this video, we'll go a little bit more tactical in how we actually consistently recruit, a little bit more of our interviewing process, and how we're able to attract talent in an industry that constantly says we can't find good team members. I'm Stephen Taylor. This is Weekly ST. For the last 10 years, we've been building a couple $1 million cybersecurity IT support company here in Chicagoland, and I'm also fascinated with living a wholly successful life. We talk about all of this and more every single week. Please like, share, and subscribe. We've talked about this quite a few times before, right? I think in building a business and being able to recruit and hire new talent, one of the most important things is you've got to be interesting to potential candidates, right? I think a lot of people, they send out that job ad or they put something out there and they're like, I can't get any candidates, I can't hire anybody. And, I think you've really got to look at your own image, right? You've got to look at your own house and go, am I a place that somebody's going to want to work at, right? Do we have a good brand image? Do we showcase that we have a good culture? And certainly there's going to be hundreds of candidates that just apply everywhere and they don't really care. But the quality A+ people that we want in our organizations, they're going to be a little bit more reserved. They're going to do a little bit of research and review us before they go and submit an application or before they apply or whatever it might be, right? So you've got to look at yourself and go, are we an organization that people want to work at, right? And that's a culture thing. What are our company values? How are we taking care of our teams? And we've talked about these in a few other films. I think you've always got to have job ads running, right? Even for positions that you don't have yet, even for positions that are already filled, right? Always be recruiting, always be interviewing, always be, accepting new candidates, because you never know when the timing is going to work out for someone else who's out there job shopping or looking around. It's not going to be when you need a new team member, right? And if you only put out the job ad the second you need somebody, you're going to be in a looking back position and always be behind, right? So always be recruiting, always be interviewing, always have the job ads running. How do we actually recruit people? How do we actually interview them? We've got a great tool called Jazz HR that then dispenses our job ads out to all the different, job boards, everything else. Indeed being, of course, the most prominent. And what I've heard and read from others, Indeed is probably the most prevalent out there, but Glassdoor, Facebook via your company page will have job listings, as well as your LinkedIn company page. And our tool, Jazz HR, gets us out to all of those different platforms so that we're looking for candidates everywhere. And again, we always keep those job ads running so that we're always looking at new candidates. When it comes to the interviewing process, right, you develop your own SOP on this, but for us, what's been working is, first and foremost, just, we'll review the candidate, but we'll set up a 15-minute phone call. And one of my favorite questions that we ask is, why do you want to work here? Why do you want to work with us? And we believe that if they can't answer or articulate on that question, then they probably haven't done their research on us. They haven't looked at what we're doing and what we're up to, and they don't really know anything about us. And thereby, it just kind of shows us that person might not be a right fit. So one of my favorite, qualifying questions is, if you will, why do you want to work with us? If that 15-minute phone call goes well, then, we're scheduling them more so for the in-person or sitting with our team. And from a technical role perspective, we have them sit with our technical people, right? They're not necessarily just interviewing with me. They're interviewing with that technical team, and it's giving them an opportunity to see, is this person going to be a good fit with us? Is it a good gel fit? And vice versa. These are the people that I'm going to be working with. Is that good for that candidate who's in? And we struggled probably like everyone else in, recruiting, getting out of candidates, all this kind of stuff. And we used to do the bottle rocket approach. Oh shit, we need somebody, throw out a job ad and see what you can get, right? And it led to a lot of challenging times, challenging hires, all the above, right? Really, for us, the difference maker was building an engine, building a recruiting engine and talent attraction system, if you will, right? Always with the job ads out there, actively recruiting, actively, going through the interviewing process and all that stuff. And finally, we built up a funnel that was big enough now where we can be a little bit more selective about who we're even bringing in for a 15-minute phone call or an interview process. And we've just recently layered in, our first step is now a testing platform, right? And we're not testing for technical ability and things like that. We're testing for customer service skills, especially for these technical roles. Is this person going to be good in a customer service role? And those are hard things to interview on or question, or how do you really demonstrate value in, am I going to be a good customer service person? We found a testing platform that we then first layer in. So candidates come in, they've applied, we send them to the testing platform. They need to spend about 15 minutes in this test. And we've done kind of an image of what some of our best teammates look like from this customer service testing platform. And now we know the things to look for, and we can really gauge, okay, this is a great customer service fit from the testing platform. Now we'll move into the 15-minute phone call. Are they well spoken? Have they been able to showcase why they want to work with us? Can they, follow the directions of scheduling time for a 15-minute phone call and show up on time and be ready? All of these different kind of hurdles, frankly, enables us to go through a lot of candidates very quickly, right? Again, because we're always interviewing, we're always recruiting. And then, they move up to some of the later stages of that, where they're actually sitting with our team, maybe even spending a day with our technical team, getting a little bit hands-on so that we can see them in action, and then we better understand, what their ability and their experience is. I'm always interested in helping others, right? Where are you stuck in kind of the interviewing, recruiting, and hiring process? Share your wins, share some of your challenges, and let's help each other to all, hire better A+ team members.